Chapter 7. The Diary of Captain Duval. John says, "This diary belongs to a Captain Duval, of the MS Columbus, from 1834. I'm going to read a few passages. They are weekly reports, 84 weeks in total." Billy seems a little nervous and asks, "Can't we read it on the yacht? My dog Rufus has been there alone for over a day and I have to feed him." "Don't worry, Billy. I'll only mention the most important weeks." "Okay, John." Billy agrees. John begins with the first entry, first week, Captain Duval, passenger ship MS Columbus. "After our ship was pulled down into this unknown world and crashed in the bay, 10 of my 80 passengers drowned. Many claim that this place must be hell. All the survivors had gathered on the beach and started to set up camp. The next day we formed groups to search for water and supplies. Another group examined the items washed up on the beach. Fortunately, we had recovered weapons, clothes, knives and other useful items. The flora and fauna are very quaint. The insects in particular are huge, but seem harmless. The next morning we had to flee. Huge turtles whose shells looked like boulders had surprised us in our sleep and overpowered and then eaten 3 of my passengers. We wandered for several hours until we found this cave. We moved into it over the next few days. End of entry. First week in the New World. John turns the page to the entry for week 18 and reads aloud, "18th week after our arrival, I have to mourn another death. This time it was a scavenger. A 12-foot tall flightless bird with a sharp beak and dangerous claws on its massive, strong legs. This poor guy was attacked from behind while he was looking for firewood. The powerful kick from this beast broke all his bones. The claws ripped him open from head to toe and the sharp beak decapitated him. This island, which seemed so quiet, has become the scene of death. We are now only 35 men. For our safety, we have started to build a protective wall in front of the cave. With the help of a homemade pulley we can lift the heavy stones up and place them well. For safety, the 5 women and 2 children stay in the cave and provide food and drink. We men have come up with a plan on how to build a boat, or rather a raft. The strong trunks of the fern trees float very well in the water. 5 men fell them with the help of homemade stone axes. 5 more keep watch against the dangers. The women collect the tendons from the killed animals in order to later tie the logs together. End of report of the 18th week, Captain Duval. Ramirez says, "It's lucky that we're still alive. We should probably get off this island." "Yes." Billy confirms. "Okay. When I'm done, we'll go straight back to the yacht," says John and turns to the next entry. Comma, 45th week, Captain Duval. The construction of the raft is making slow progress. A strange disease is going around. It starts with a very high fever, then wounds form all over the body. The sick people start to bleed from every orifice. Over half of the sick people are so weak that I fear they will soon die. Fortunately, I have found out the cause. All the sick people drank unboiled river water while they were working. It does not seem to be contagious, but as a precaution all the sick people are in quarantine. Unfortunately, my medical skills are limited. We are trying to close the open wounds and pray to God that there will be no deaths. I suspect there is a poisonous substance in the water, possibly caused by algae or other single-celled life forms. In any case, I give the patients boiled water to drink. However, I have to practically force them to drink and hope that the disease will be flushed out. We are also seeing more and more of these strange objects gliding in the sky. Many people are speculating what they could be. Some say it is the devil. I believe in mirages. The only strange thing is that these objects fly in zigzags. End of entry. John turns to the last entry. "84th week, Captain Duval. After some of my people were kidnapped by those lizard people that come out of those evil flying objects, we have decided to escape. We are the last 9 survivors and we do not give up hope of escaping this perilous place. Our plan is to follow the ocean and hope that we will find an exit to the surface. This is the last entry in this book. We must get out of here quickly. These creatures will come back. If we stay somewhere else, I will leave a new book with entries. Whoever reads this, be careful. Strange things are happening here. Last entry, Captain Duval. Wow. We must leave here immediately," says Billy. John and Ramirez nod in agreement, and cautiously but as quickly as possible the 3 make their way back.